Alright, welcome back to another episode of Scooter Life with Legendary the Great. I kind of got a lot of stuff out here I want to show y'all. I've been working on this thing for 4 hours. It takes a lot of time to get these scooters the way you need them. If you swap out the carburetor, for instance, for a 20 millimeter big bore, when you got an 18 millimeter on there, you're going to have to, one, get an intake. Two, get a straight through exhaust. Three, jet your carburetor after you bought that carburetor and slap it on. Okay. Then comes the transmission. This is key to speed, revving, torque, whatever you want to do. I'm a guy who wants to get from stoplight to stoplight as fast as I can. I want to hit 50 miles an hour as fast as I can. I don't care to go over 50. I don't care if I'm 51, 52. I want to hit 50 on the scooter from red light to red light. So, in order to do that, and to achieve that, I've had to do some things. Okay, I bought kits after kits. This is a variator kit. Comes with rollers. Okay, your gear, your fan. Alright, it comes with this little guy here also that keeps your fan on, stabilized. Okay, these are rollers. Okay, you take and weigh them 4.7. 4.7. 4.7. 4.4. 4.5. This is the only correct one out of the bundle that is correct. It's supposed to be 4.5, all of them. But all together, in your transmission, 27.6, okay? It had 48 grams in there. Too heavy, slow you down. You're not gonna go nowhere. You're gonna go 35 mile an hour max. Right now, I've got 30 grams in there. These are my 30 gram rollers right here. This is what I've had in there and I live by, because these are right at 29.9, 30 grams. That's what I've been riding around with. I wanted to go a little lighter, so I got these, which is a little lighter, but they're too light. 27, 29, roughly 2 grams. Okay, so then you got, of course, 8 grams. A piece. 8.5. Okay, that's 8.5 right there. That's factory. That was in this one. 8.5. That's 50.8 grams. Okay. I've also got a brand new set of 5.5 grams. These are 4.5. These are supposed to be 5. These are 8.5. And the ones that I got in it right now, over there, are 8.5, 5.5. That's a 5. See, the ones I got in it right now are 5.5s, which equal 33 grams. Okay. Now listen, you're doing all this stuff. They don't tell you, oh, You know, check your grams, check how many grams this and that you got in your front transmission. Now, when you say the front of your transmission on the CVT, you're talking about variator, rollers, even these little plastic pieces that go on your plate to hold your rollers down. Okay, all this has weight. All this has weight. So this guy here, the variator, is 171.3 grams. The one that I got in it right now is 167.3 grams. I have two. This is the new one. The new one is upgraded model, this and that. Well, get my little stuff so I can sit on it. This is heavy to me because 167 and 171. So I took this out. I took the other one out as well. This one is 221.3. The one that I got in it is 219. Okay, that's already less weight. Less weight, less weight, less weight. Right, here we go. 77.2. The one I got in it is 75. Okay, the exact same stuff, just like this. Everything is lightweight. Lightweight. I want to get 0 to 50 ASAP. So I redid everything. This guy here is the new one. I just took it out. It is 42.3 grams. The other one that I got is 41.5 grams, which is a difference of 0.8 grams. Not even a whole gram. So if I take and I put this one in the scooter with the setup that I got right now, everything is light. If I put this in, I go from 0 to 30 in 18 seconds. With 0.8 grams difference, I go to 0 to 30 in 16 seconds. And I do the best 2 out of 3 runs from 0 to 30, a stopwatch, and a mile per hour gauge. So as soon as it hits 30, it shuts off and it gives me a time. That's how I get my numbers. And I do this every time that I switch out my rollers. I make a run and I write the times down. Every time I switch out variators for the grammage, more grams or less grams, I do a run and get the time. I've done this on every one of them. I guarantee I took that bike transmission apart tonight 20 times trying to tune it. 20 times at least tonight. It takes that many times. If you ain't got the time to mess with it, you ain't gonna get it tuned 100% correct. Not one time. If you ain't got time to sit down and adjust all this stuff. Okay. Also today, this is the factory coil. It's not real bad. It's pretty decent. Newish, you know. I seen it started flaking and breaking right there. Let me see if I can get that on camera. Yeah, all them cracks in it and stuff. Yeah, there they go. It's just cracking and breaking and getting dry rotted, you know, it's getting change of color. Look, I mean, when you start seeing anything like that, yeah, that's not on your pin, but it's loose. You don't want it loose, you don't want it jerking around. So as soon as you see something like that, go ahead and replace it. Get y'all. Give me 1 second here, I'm gonna get this lifted up. Alright, so y'all seen the other coil I had? This is a new coil. Running to spark plug. That's my neighbor over there. He on another level. That's the new one. Tight. Can't move it around. It's in there really good. Snug. It didn't go nowhere. I like it. I like it a lot better than this one. Yes, it was harder to get in because all you got is a little room down there to put it in. This is the old, that's the new. CDI, factory CDI. Upgraded, aftermarket CDI. Tunable. Stage 1, 2, and 3. All from right there. This is a power rev. Katako Racing Digital CDI unit. That got my rev up 100%. That right there made, I can just take my throttle and turn it all the way over, you know, and it'll keep going. It ain't got no limit to it. I've replaced out, I got a whole bunch of them guys. Always replacing the fuel filter. That's my homemade intake. That's all that, guys. Now, I will take this apart one more time so y'all can see what I'm rocking with. Let me put my gloves on one time here. It's getting late. My wife's calling me in. Been out here for too long, she said. These are 8mm. I only put 3 in whenever I'm working on it. That's all you need, just to have a couple in it. Take it like this and just jerk it off. This is the inside of my transmission, guys. This is what starts the bike. If this starter is not in there, it will not start. You can also start the bike, guys. Okay, if you ever want to start your bike with this cover off, and you're like, man, I gotta put this cover on each time. No. Put your finger over here real gently, because it spins. And while you hold the brake and this guy at the same time, in just a little, he'll kick it over and then he'll go back in. And then you can sit there and watch it and see what's going on. I made lines back here. Get my screwdriver's on point. Or this will work. This will work. So, also what you can do when you're testing and diagnosing your transmission, right back here, this is my pointer. Let me get that thing out here. Alright. Shaking, guys, sorry. Where's she at? Alright, she at. Okay. Right there. So, make you a line, just like that is right there, all the way up. Every time you take this apart, make you a line on the back side of that variator, right there. Every time. Also, every time you take it apart, make you another line back here, right here. Just make you a line with a magic marker, a permanent marker. You want to use your whole clutch. You don't want to just use half of it, and you don't want to use part of it. So what you do is, if your clutch is riding too high, you need to adjust it. So mine's riding right there. You can see the lines, the line. I'm using just enough for my clutch to be almost at the top. I've got 3 1500 watt clutch springs in here. And I took out, guys, the 1500 watt, listen to me, I'm sorry, guys. It's getting late. 1500 RPM spring out. That was in there. Okay? I took it out and put the factory one back in it, which is 500. This 1500 one here, I'm thinking it's giving too much pressure on my belt. Like right now, my belt's good. And you can Alright, now, the only thing this contour spring is doing, to my knowledge, and as far as I've learned, this spring is only holding tension here against your belt here. There's some play in it, you see? I don't like that play. Actually, ain't put that really good play in it like that. But that spring, the spring keeps this pressed up against this belt, keeping up to the highest point before it's letting go. So when it reaches 500 RPMs, now this spring is contracting, and so that this goes down. So when this side is down, you have torque. When it's up all the way, you have RPMs. This side's down all the way, you have RPMs, and when it comes out to the top, it'll have torque, because it'll be at the top of here and the bottom of here, which, if you want to go stoplight to stoplight, you'll want this always at the top. Alright, so I really don't know where I was, guys. My neighbor stopped by, started saying something. But back to the spring here, I think that's where it was. I took it out. I think there was just too much tension here. I couldn't turn this at all with my hand, which you don't need to. It's a scooter, it's got more power than that. But I can get it down like that and press it in. That don't mean my belt's bad. That just means that my tension on my contour isn't, it's not enough. I need 1,000 probably. This 1,500 was probably just too much sauce. It's too much. You can't bend this thing. You can, but I'm thinking it's good right now. I ain't got no big bore kit or nothing. I'm just working off this 49cc. But if I had a big bore kit on here, this would be ideal. But I don't, so it ain't. Okay. New belt's back on. This is the reason I changed the belt, guys. Now, because you see in between those teeth? Perfect. You see in between those teeth? Garbage. So I'm retiring this belt just until I get another one, until that one breaks. But it's Kevlar, it's pretty decent. Alright, and that's it for today, guys. Just hoping y'all learned something, maybe a little bit. Just remember, always check your weight. When you take out something, take the weight of it. See how many grams your whole front transmission is. And it's gonna do you good. It's gonna do you real well. And if you need to know how to put rollers in, watch. Take the roller, drop it in. Take the roller, drop it in, drop it in. Alright. These little clips go in here. And then you take this guy, put it down back on there. And then this goes on the spline in, and then you shove the spline roll in there. Now just listen though. Alright. You want to measure you want to weigh up every bit of this stuff. $431 grams in my front transmission. Alright, is what it was. I have got total in my whole front transmission, clutch, variator and rollers. In my scooter right now, 370 grams. And all this in the scooter now. Max miles per hour, still to be continued. I'm getting 55. I can hit 63 downhill. But I was getting 0 to 30 miles per hour, 18 to 20 seconds. I'm at 16 seconds now. Did I put 370 grams in my whole front transmission? And this is 430, so that's 70 grams difference, which gets me 16 seconds to 30 mile an hour. All right, and there's my jet kit, rocker arms. Thank y'all for watching again. Of course, please, if y'all don't mind, hit me a like down there and a subscribe, and we'll have more scooter videos for y'all in the near future. Thank y'all.